If you are someone who has been looking for a weight loss solution, then it is possible that you have at some point considered a calorie tracking app. In fact, it is very possible that you have one right now on your phone. The question is, does it really help in losing weight? Hi, welcome to my channel, the #1 place for permanent weight loss for busy professionals without any fad diet or fancy gym. If you're someone who is looking for permanent weight loss this year, then be sure to check out my free training in the description below, which is all about how to lose weight one last time. Calorie tracking apps do have some merits. They help us become far more aware of what we are eating. They make us far more mindful of what we are eating. Sometimes we wouldn't even notice that we have had that food and it does have some calories. However, in my opinion, the benefits of calorie tracking app are far less than its cons. And here is why. 1. Calorie tracking app actually makes you believe all calories are alike. For example, 1 gram of carb is equal to 1 gram of protein in terms of its calorie. They are both 4 calories per gram. However, the effect of each of this is very different. Protein, for instance, satiates you for far longer than carbs, and therefore eating more of protein is actually better in making sure your cravings are down, in keeping you full for longer, and in fact even for building muscle. So that's the #1 problem with calorie tracking app. Point number 2, there is a lot of inaccuracy. Now, inaccuracy of the app is largely driven by the input of the user. For instance, the app may ask you to talk about a bowl. Now, the definition of the app's bowl and your bowl could be really different. App might be referring to a Chinese bowl while you could be referring to a fruit bowl. So, large number of people actually underestimate how much they have eaten, and therefore whatever you get as a calorie output is actually off, sometimes between 20 to 40%. Which is why many of them actually encourage you to scan the barcode of the food that you're having. But the problem with all of this is that you are not learning anything, and we are only getting more and more focused on the calorie of the whole thing rather than the quality of the produce that you're actually having. Secondly, the inaccuracy is also from forgotten memories. A lot of people don't report their licks, bites, and tastes, which also add up. One of the ways to counter the problem of inaccuracy leads us to the problem number 3, which is sustainability. One of the problems of countering inaccuracy is actually by weighing food, which is an absolutely unsustainable behavior. Secondly, it can in many cases lead to disordered relationship with food. Basically, you're now just seeing food as just a quantity without really focusing on the quality of the food, and also it is something that can't be done in long term. For example, if you go for parties, you go out for holidays, will you be taking your weighing scale everywhere? So if you are not able to do it in every scenario, it makes the entire application quite unsustainable. And problem number 4, it actually makes you compromise on some good food. In many cases, it has been seen that a person may just stop having fruits or a certain type of healthy food because the app is showing higher calories. And this is exactly very similar to the point number 1. All calories are not alike. You have to take into account the nutritional composition of the food that you're eating. Now that we know that calorie tracking apps don't really work or have their limitations, what next? So there are 2 things that you could do which I think are far better and more intuitive than an app. One is use hand portion sizes. So hand portion sizes, basically using your hand. This is a guideline that has been developed by, not by me, but by other people, and what it dictates is that you treat your hand, the palm of your hand, for protein, you treat a cup of your hand for carbs, a thumb of your hand for fat, and a fist of your hand for vegetables. The idea behind this is to move away from counting them, but rather understanding the amount that you're having. It does not treat all of all calories alike because it is very different, but most importantly, it is very sustainable because your hand goes with you wherever you go. And if you want to know exactly the quantity of food that you should be eating, you should be consulting a health professional. Generally, a balanced meal or a wholesome meal would look like 1 palm of protein, which could be vegetable or animal depending on your preferences, 1 cup of carbs, cooked carbs, 1 thumb of fat, and 1 or 2 fists of vegetables. This is usually a good balanced meal. The second technique, which I think is the best technique of all and is my personal favorite, is to use something called the hunger scale. Basically, a hunger scale is a scale that runs from 1 to 10, where 1 basically means you're famished, you're starving, and 10 basically means you are stuffed. You really can't have any more or you will throw up. And this is basically a scale, and the ideal place to start a particular meal is at 4 when you are kind of hungry, and you should end eating at 6 when you are supposed to be 80% full. The reason I like this scale over other scales is it is far more intuitive. It really encourages you to be far more mindful while you're eating, and it also makes you very aware of hunger cues. The reason this basically is better than any other because it takes away any kind of pressure from measuring food, which has been the biggest challenge with any successful dieting because there has been so much focus on how much to eat, and a lot of diets basically encourage people to not eat. It almost becomes like a starving thing where a person is hungry but still leaves the table because they're not supposed to eat. While here, the idea is to understand your hunger cues and make sure you learn to start eating when you're not too hungry and stop eating when you're at 80% full. Do let me know if you found any of these tips useful and which one would you be using going forward. And be sure to click subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified every time I release a video.